In this video, I'm going to show you how to import contacts into the system, okay? So this is actually pretty easy, guys. Come over here to where it says contacts, and you want to click up here that says import contacts, okay? Before we do that, let's have a look at our data file that we've actually generated. So we've got this data here. Now, we've got first name, last name, business name, company name, phone number, email, the date they're created. We have some tags here separated by commas, okay? We've got the address, add notes. So this is kind of notes, right? And if we keep scrolling along, I wonder if there's anything else. Great, now we've got bathrooms, bedrooms, we've got additional emails, additional phones, additional emails, and additional phones. So it doesn't look like there's any additional emails or phones here. So I'm gonna get rid of the columns that I don't need. All right, and in fact, you know what? I'll put some, just for the purposes of the demonstration, I will actually put some information in here, okay? So scrolling back along, this is all the information that we need in our import today. So I'm going to close the file now. I'm going to save the file so it's saved, and I'm going to come back to my system. Now, we need to make sure that we actually have those options available. In fact, I'm going to reopen that file again. Right, there it is there. So we've got first name, last name. So we've got to need to make sure that we actually have some of these options available in the system first. So if you come down here into settings and then come to here to where it says custom fields, okay? Now, in our custom fields, these are the fields that we actually have on contacts available to you, right? So there's lots of different fields in here that you're going to be able to see, but essentially you need to have a field in here to match each one of these things here, okay? So the main stuff is actually already going to be there. So first name, last name, phone number, email, tags, address, all this stuff is already going to be in the system. It's anything new that you might want to add. So you might want to add some random fields like bathrooms and bedrooms will already be there, but you might have fields in there for how do I know this person, or date when I met him, or wife's name or husband's name, random things that you might have that's specific to your database. You need to make sure that you have those fields in here in your custom fields section, not custom values, custom fields. So you could search husband's name, right? If it's not here, you would want to add that in. So you'd go to add field, and you would use some of the options here to add that field so that when you import the data, you've got a place to put the data on the contact within the system, okay? If none of that makes sense, don't worry too much about it. Let's just dive in and import the list, okay? So we'll come over here to contacts, click on import. I'm going to go ahead and upload file, and I'm going to grab that file that I know that I'm working with and click open. Right, and then you can see the file is there, right? And I'm going to hit next. Now this is going to be my opportunity to map those fields to the right places. So you might have a lot of ticks and these alerts here on the left. So basically, the system has already kind of matched these things because the names match. But if all you want to do is you want to grab the ones that have this alert here, and you want to go ahead and find it. Now, created date is not going to be important, so I'm not going to bother searching for that. But let's say tags, for example, you want to make sure everything matches up. Add notes, so these are notes. These are going into the add notes section that matches bathrooms, bedrooms, and you just want to go ahead and make sure everything is kind of matching up along things, right? So this one, additional emails. So if you recall, we wrote down 123 123 123 along the top here, just random information. That's now going to go in these areas. Maybe I don't want them in those areas, okay? Maybe I'm just going to hit select and not have them in those areas because I don't want to import that data, right? So that's totally fine. So you're not going to notice here, you're not going to be able to proceed here because you have unmatched fields. We have 6 unmatched columns. All I have to do is hit do not import the data in the unmatched columns. Go ahead and hit next. And now you don't have to do this next part, but I'm going to show you what it means anyway. we can name this import, be like, this is the people that we imported via this at this time, so that later on we can refer back to it if we need to. The date and time here will be fine. You can now create a list of contacts from that import. So I'm going to show you what that looks like, just so that you can see, right? Import 13th December, right? This is my demo. So I'm going to create a list from that import. And you can click on the Advanced tab here. What do you want to do with contacts in the file? So we want to add new and update existing contacts. So if you have existing contacts in your system and you don't want to duplicate, you could go add new and update, right? If you just hit add new, it's going to create duplicates. If you click update, then it's not going to add new ones. It's only going to update existing ones based on, right? And how is it going to know which ones to update? Find existing contacts. Okay, so you can have a second preference, and this might be phone number, right? So basically what this means is it's going to find whether these contacts already exist in my system, and it's going to either update them, only add new ones, or it's going to add new ones and update them based on what settings you've done here. This is how it's going to find them by phone and by email. And the last thing you can do is go add tags. So you might want to add an extra tag to only these contacts. Okay, so all this stuff is optional, remember. We can click on advanced, but you might want to add an extra tag. So these ones were import 13th December, right? And you can create this new tag like that, something if you want to. And then the last thing you've got here, add new contacts to a workflow or campaign. So if you've already built yourself some automations and you want to specifically add these people to a certain automation, you can go ahead and do that just by selecting whichever automation you want to do, just by like that. I'm not going to add them today. So if I go ahead and hit submit now, that will actually go ahead and start importing. Now there are only 20 people on my list, so it should happen straight away. But if you want to have a look at what's happening with those people, you can come into your contact section and click on bulk actions. And now you've got this import here. You remember we named it import 13th of December. This is how we know which one it is. It's under bulk actions. We can view the status and you can view the details of how many people have been imported and so on, right? Now, what you can actually do is you can actually go here to smart lists. If you remember, I selected a box that said create list. So that has automatically created a list of all the people here. You can see this part here. These are those people that we imported, right? So that's automatically created that list. Now, you can have a look at some of our other YouTube videos about managing your smart lists. You can come over here to manage those. I will link that in the end of this video as well. So I hope that helps you. That is how you can import contacts into the system. Catch you in the next video.